Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Report. It is December 12th, 2024, and did start off with some clouds today. You could see on the satellite here, but then things cleared out as we got toward later in the afternoon. We were mostly sunny toward like 12, 1 o'clock. I did actually go to some pines today, just pine lawn, but again, it was cloud. There was some clouds in the morning, but by the afternoon we had a beautiful blue sky, beautiful, nice blue sky. Really beautiful, and looking at these absolutely amazing pines right here. And then toward the evening, I noticed, though, we did have some cirrus kind of coming in here. It's Massapequa Lake. You could see a little bit here, a little bit of it coming in right there, and that's related to this filament that we see here on this satellite image. So we're going to have to watch this. This will be our next quote-unquote fly in the ointment that might mess things up for tomorrow. Anyway, nice night. It's chilly out there, though. It is chilly, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. But first, I want to talk about these rainfall totals. We're going to go over the rainfall total summary from yesterday here. I'm just going to go over the areas that got hit a little harder, mainly Connecticut and Suffolk County, Long Island. You can see parts of eastern Connecticut there, Middlesex County, 3.26 inches of rain. New London County really got soaked there, 4.37 in Pawcatuck. So those areas really, Mystic 3.66. Those areas really got hammered pretty good. It wasn't that much in some areas of Jersey got 1.95, northern Jersey. But as far as the city goes, 1.23 in Brooklyn. And in Nassau County, highest amounts, we have North Massapequa at 1.54 inches. Herrick's at 1.46, Massapequa Park at 1.40. And the lower end amounts are toward the west, like East Rockaway only got 0.91 inches of rain. So that's, not as much there. And in Central Park, only 1.07. Then as we make our way into Suffolk County, this is where the other high amounts were. Montauk, 4.21 inches of rain. Wow, that's a lot of rain. Bridgehampton, 2.97. Hampton Bays, 2.90. Stony Brook, 2.20. Ridge, 2.17 in the Pine Barrens, 2.13 in Upton. And West Hampton Airport got 2.06. So it's a pretty healthy amount of rain. Definitely should put a dent in the drought when they release the new maps. I don't think they've released them yet. So let's go over our current conditions outside right now, and it's pretty chilly out there. We're down to around 30 degrees at Islip, and the winds have dropped off, so I'm wondering if we're going to see some radiational cooling tonight. West wind at 7 miles an hour, considering what it was earlier. We'll show you what the day was like at Islip, starting from midnight last night, so go all the way back to here, and that's probably when our high was, probably around midnight, probably. Yeah, we were in the low 40s then, and then for the most part, dropping into the 30s and staying pretty much in the upper 30s. All right, we did actually see 43 today, actually, in the earlier part of around the middle of the noon, we saw 43. Westerly winds, dew points to drop into the teens. And you can see the winds were gusting up, especially in the morning. We had some pretty strong wind gusts. Could have actually used a wind advisory in the morning because, I see a gust up to 40 miles an hour here in the morning. So it was actually the stronger winds were actually behind the cold front, believe it or not. And look at that. Dew points dropped as low as the single digits in the afternoon. They climbed a little bit, but they're still fairly low. Pretty dry air we're talking about here. 30 degrees, and with that dry air, if we get the light winds tonight, we're going to see radiational cooling. West Hampton is down to 27 right now. Let's see, Miller Air Park down to 29. So the winds go light enough. Actually, that's Coyle Field. Miller Air Park's down to 28. West-northwest wind at just 5 miles an hour. So I'm thinking we could see some radiational cooling tonight if the winds do go calm. That is the question. So, I could put the highs up here, but this is not really going to be an accurate thing because most of these temperatures were taken at probably some of those highs were during the day today, but got into the 40s today. Tomorrow it's going to be colder because we're going to have more cold air coming in the surface. Actually overperformed a little more today. Actually, believe it or not, it kind of overperformed. I thought it would be a little colder. So I'm wondering if tomorrow is going to overperform now. Let's look at the precipitation on the map. I'm just going to put this all the way down to the 48-hour here so you can see the map here of all the rainfall totals. You can see where the higher amounts are. Definitely toward the east end. That's where you see the higher amounts, 3.35 in East Hampton, 3.12 in Hampton Bays, 2.37 in Manaville. So around 2 inches in the Pine Barrens. Then as you head into central Suffolk, around 1 3/4 of an inch, 1 3/4, and then as you get toward western Suffolk, closer to 1.5 inches. And then 1.02 at 1.26 at Farmingdale, and then around an inch in the city, give or take, an inch to an inch and a quarter. North of the area, they got a little more. And then we look at Jersey, though. They really didn't get that much there. Yeah, a 0.96 at 0.86, actually, at Miller Park, 1.07 at Toms River, 1.10. So not nearly as much rain as they need because that area is still, but we got a decent helping of rain out of it. That's for sure. So anyway, let's go and take a look at our statistics for today. And it was quite a rapid swing in temperatures, right? Going from the 60s down. That was quite an intense cold front. The high of 43 was at 12:53 p.m., and that's just 2 degrees below normal of the high of 45. The low of 35 is 4 degrees above normal. Second was an average of 39, which put us 1 degree above normal for the day. Month to date, we now have 2.43 inches of rain at Islip. That's above the normal value of 1.88. So definitely doing better in the rain department this month, that's for sure. We'll look at Central Park as well. Central Park got up to 41 and a low of 35. And they were 2 degrees below normal for the day. 1.39 month to date on the rain. Still a little below normal of the 1.78 that we normally would see in and that's my radiator banging again. I get to deal with that again. I don't know why it's happening. But I was hoping it would stop. We'll see. It seems like it's a little better today than it was yesterday. But whatever the case is, and I don't even have the radiator on in this room because it gets too hot. So anyway, definitely quite a change, though. Again, looking at how the temperatures just changed with that front last night. I'm going to go all the way back to that front. You can see we're in the 50s, and that front came through. Let's see when the front came through. Right about here, 9:20, and that's when the wind started. Temperature started dropping pretty quickly. So pretty interesting. But anyway, if we pull out here, you'll see that there are the usual lake effect snow going on. Again, we got those lake effect snow warnings. They're going to be effect until 1 p.m. on Friday. 1 p.m. And this one is up till 7 p.m. on Friday. So definitely got the lake effect. Let's see if we can get some observations out of some of these areas here. Well, first, let's look at the radar and see where the banding is set up. And you'll see it looks like Buffalo, south of Buffalo, they're getting hammered, just south of Buffalo. And then there's another band also over that Watertown area, I guess, right? It'll be Watertown, south of Watertown. You can see these bands are definitely with that westerly wind perpendicular, like a little light snow breaking out over here with this little, I guess it's like a little disturbance or something. Let's go to the weather map and see what we have here, Weather Prediction Center. There's a little bit of maybe a little bit of a trough line there. You'd think with the strong high we wouldn't have all that precipitation breaking out, but we do. But anyway, let's just take a look at some of the observations. Let's go and look at Buffalo. Let's see if we can get an observation from Buffalo here. I'm sure it's pretty bad over there. I don't think we have an observation in the band, but wherever the case is, they're dealing with more lake effect snow in that area once again. So let's go to the models now. Oh, I didn't mean to close that out. We're going to hit reopen here. Let's go to the models, and let's take a look at see what we have in store for the weekend. So you'll see here that we got this big high that's going to be building in, though we're on the periphery of it. It centers over us on Saturday, so we might see more of a clear sky on Saturday. I'm hoping it's going to be enough to suppress the cirrus that will be coming up. Once this high moves offshore, we start seeing that return flow, and then we start seeing chances for wet weather again get back into the picture as we get toward Monday. But still, this is going to be a cold air mass that we're going to have, though. Nothing record-breaking, nothing crazy. I have to call this Arctic air. I'm not sure if I could call this Arctic air. Maybe Arctic air. It's not really enough of a temperature anomaly. To me, Arctic air is when the highs don't make it above freezing, at least at this time of the year. That's the way I interpret it as. But if you look at where the source region is, I guess you could call it Arctic air, though it's not as cold as Arctic air should be. But anyway, let's go take a look at the HRRR, and we'll go look at the zeros of the HRRR. Obviously, No precipitation for us, but you'll see where the lake effect is up there. Let's go look at our dew points and wind flow tonight. And you can see the lighter winds tonight, so more of a northwest flow, lighter winds. So if the winds go calm, the Pine Barrens will have no problem getting the teens. If they don't, then the lows will probably be in the mid to upper 20s. And then for tomorrow, you see we got the northwest flow, still in that pretty dry. You can see the core of it kind of staying up to the north. And then for tomorrow night we'll have a light north wind. So if we don't get the radiational cooling tonight we'll get it tomorrow night. And with dew points in the teens, as you see here, that's your lows are going to go down that low in the Pine Barrens if you get that radiational cooling. And for Saturday, light north wind still becoming a little more northeasterly as we head into the afternoon, a little more northeasterly. You can see the core of the air is kind of staying up in northern New England there. So let's go look at our temperatures. And tonight, like I said, 20s, but if we see the radiational cooling, could be teens in the Pine Barrens. Tomorrow, it has it struggling to get above freezing. I think we're going to make it above freezing. I don't know why, unless it's got a lot of cloud cover. I don't see. I think this really underperformed with today. I mean, it turned out to be warmer than this thing said it was. All right. I should have said, yeah, underperformed. We overperformed today, but the model underperformed. So I'll have to say, still think we'll make it probably to the mid-30s. I would say mid to upper 30s. I don't think we'll see 40. It does seem to have more of that cold air kind of coming in. And then tomorrow night's going to be colder than tonight. And I think if we don't do the teens tonight in the Pine Barrens, we're definitely going to do it tomorrow night in the morning. And a lot of areas also, everyone's going to be below freezing, so everybody's probably going to be in like the low to mid-20s. And then for Saturday, mid-30s probably for highs. Again, this could be a little off. It might be a little warmer than that, maybe upper 30s, but it's going to be colder than it was today. I would still think it will be colder as that cold air kind of sinks in a little more. So I'm going to look at some soundings, and we're going to look and see how the sky goes. We'll pick let's do it 11 a.m. So this is 11 a.m. Let's pick the sounding over Long Island. And, yeah, those lines are pretty far apart at 11 a.m. over Long Island. New Jersey, a little bit closer together. This is 11 a.m., so we'll move this over to noon. So, yeah, it has these lines pretty far apart, so it should be a mostly sunny day across Long Island with these lines pretty far apart. A little closer together in New Jersey, so I mean, there may be some more cloudiness there. But all in all, it's showing that we would have plenty of sunshine, that there shouldn't be much in the way of clouds, even though we do have this cirrus area that I showed you on the satellite, so I'm guessing that's going to fade away. So that's what it looks like for tomorrow, and I don't think this is going to go out of Saturday. I could check Saturday and see what we got Saturday. A little bit closer together on Saturday. A little bit, but still far enough apart that it should be mostly sunny. Let's go look at the GFS. So there's the GFS. Did you see the GFS has it more like mid-30s tomorrow? So the HRRR is underdoing it with the temperatures. I think we'll see mid-30s. The GFS also might have a different paradigm with the sky as well. So this is 18Z, which is 1 o'clock, but we'll go ahead and we'll... no, the lines are pretty far apart for tomorrow. Definitely closer together over New Jersey. So for whatever the reason is, it has more clouds over Jersey, sunnier over Long Island. And with that northeast wind, I tend to think the same thing is going to happen on Saturday. Let's look at the sounding here for Long Island. A little more upper level moisture, but very far apart in the low levels. But with the northeast wind over New Jersey, actually it's got way more clouds over New Jersey. So, all right, we'll go and look at the cloud output now, and then we will talk about Sunday. So here is the GFS, and you see the clouds. It's got some clouds to start, and then the clouds kind of just a little more off to the south. So mostly sunny over Long Island, and you see the clouds getting pushed to the south on Saturday. So mostly sunny again for Long Island, Jersey. Maybe not. Again, this is another reason why I don't like New Jersey's climate. They tend to have more clouds with these type of setups, and it seems to happen a lot. And then Sunday, we'll see more of those clouds roll in because we're going to have more warm advection. If we look at our dew points and wind flow, you'll see the winds go east, and it's still a cool wind though. It's still not going to be that warm on Sunday. We'll probably have temperatures probably in the low to mid 40s, so close to normal. but there'll be more clouds around for sure in the forecast. So let's go to look at the RGM, which is our other sky model. And this is the 0Z RGM. Okay, so we can use this then. Okay, so this is tomorrow. You see, we start off with those clouds, but they get pushed to the south. We're mostly sunny. For the most part, could be maybe a little bit there it's showing. And then Saturday, mostly sunny. It doesn't even have the clouds over Jersey, though. I'll have to see. That might not be the case, but mostly sunny. So we have two really nice sunny, clear days, or mostly clear days. To be outside. Even though it's going to be cold, it's going to be nice. You'll definitely want to be outside because once we get into the next week, we're back into some more unsettled weather, which, of course, I talk about on Sunday night. But that pretty much covers your weekend. We'll have a brief weather update tomorrow night and Saturday night as well, just to cover the statistics for the day as far as your highs and lows, see if we get radiational cooling and whatnot, see how we fare with the clouds and all. But that is going to wrap up this Long Island weather update. Have a good night.